Hello everyone and welcome back to CZCW Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. This is Spring Break Bash 2017. This is the, well, I guess the go home technically, for our big show, our Paul White. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. It's the go home technically to Welcome to the Coastal Zone, which is probably our biggest event of the year, but I don't treat it like WrestleMania. I don't treat it like a season ender, so to speak. I just treat it as an event in which we get some fun things happening. So, without further ado, this show, we have the fallout from Greg Gage, not Gage, Gage's contract termination at the hands of the Air Attack Weasel, and whatever this monster thing he has with him is, that silver beast. And we also, in our main event, will be seeing a match that we set up last week. Al Coleman finally gets some revenge, finally gets his one-on-one match, finally gets his hands on... Oh, Jesus, why couldn't I think of his name? Miguel Rivera. I totally didn't forget that. But yeah, we're in the Gorski Ballroom as always. Let's get right into the show. Let's kick things off with the Air Attack Weasel, and the Air Attack Weasel says, "Well, folks, looks like I proved you wrong again. You said I couldn't beat Greg, and I beat Greg. I beat your prophet. You said I couldn't beat Donnie. I beat him. I beat your ace. You said I couldn't beat both. And look where I am now. And look what I have over my shoulder." It's the Coastal Zone Championship, of course. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you, though, first, a man who is wanted for let's go with a fair dollar. This is the Perdition." And this silver beast once again comes out. And what the fuck is he? He's this, big... He's definitely bigger than anybody else on the CZCW roster. He's this big guy in, a full silver bodysuit, and the only detail on him is those black kind of, eye sockets, I guess you can see there. Weasel says, "Yes, folks, this is my enforcer. You know, every once in a while, the inmates like to think that they run the asylum. They don't. And so now I have the perfect weapon to stamp them down whenever they start feeling a little bit frisky. But now I bet you guys are wondering why. Why go after Greg Gage? Nope. Yes, Gage. Damn it, Tucker. Come on. Greg Gage. Why? Why attack somebody who's destined to be the future of the company? And that is exactly why. See, Greg, ever since he stepped foot, not just in this company, but in wrestling, has had everything handed to him. You can say that he worked for everything, but we all know the only reason he gets anywhere is because his last name would be Keith if he didn't decide to be a fancy little poet with his alliteration. You see, folks, myself... No, I had to work for everything. You look at me, and you don't see a champion. You look at me, and you just see a guy who quite frankly would be stuck in the mid-card his entire career, never get near any chance of glory, gold, never get his name known, and you're all wrong, and I've proved it. I've proved that anybody, no matter what background, no matter where they come from, no matter what they stand for, can be successful in professional wrestling through one thing, and that is the mind. What I have above everybody else here is the fact that I can think. I think for myself, and I see things that nobody else does. I take shortcuts, sure, but that's only because I'm smart enough to see them, compared to all these other numbskulls who would put their nose down and work hard. I work hard, but I work a different kind of hard. I don't hit the gym every day. I watch the tapes, and I watch the tapes, and I watch the tapes. And every single time I watch, I get smarter. Every single time I get smarter, I make new plans. And every single time I make new plans, I gain new success. And every time I gain new success, I prove you people wrong. So you can look at me as what you want. You can look at me as a champion. You can look at me as an underdog. You can look at me as a monster. You can look at me as a weasel. But there's one thing that you cannot debate anymore, and that is the fact that I am a legend of Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. I am a legend of American wrestling. And that's the promo. And the Air Attack Weasel just kind of walks away. Kind of a weird promo, to be honest. The Air Attack Weasel kind of opening up a bit. We head into a 46D as Rich and Famous defeat Mexico's Finest and Outlaw West Revel. Not West Revel, West Revel. I brought these two guys in here for a little bit to maybe test them out a little bit. Not really, but in kayfabe, they're here to test things out. And they do indeed end up being defeated by Rich and Famous. Rich and Famous, former, I think, 5-time Coastal Zone Tag Team Champions. Might be 4-time. But yeah, they do indeed beat Mexico's Finest and Outlaw when Jackpot Jordan defeated Mexico's Finest by pinfall with a cash-in. So that's always a really, really, really great thing to see, I guess. I don't know what this... Sorry. God, why can I not think? One sec, folks. We're going to take a break for a minute because I can't think for a minute for whatever reason. Sorry about that, folks. We're back and we're refocused. Anyways, Rich and Famous are on a bit of a winning streak. I think 3 in a row. They're definitely looking good. They're definitely looking refocused from their loss to Tigre Salvaje and El Jaguar a couple of months back. Might even be about a year back now. But, yeah, as we head into our next segment, oh, shit, okay, the tag team champions come in and they just jump Rich and Famous. The only thing I guess I can think of is that Rich and Famous are winning things. They might be a threat to the titles. If that is the idea here behind Bad Reputation's attack, which I think at the very core it might be, some very solid strategy from our tag team champions. Agreeable strategy, maybe, maybe not, but definitely some pretty damn good strategy. We move in to the first match by this monster Perdition, and he takes on Swipe Romero. Perdition murders Swipe. Like, he just goes after him. We're going to have a different finisher name for him next week. My bad, folks. I didn't change it. But he is going to defeat Swipe Romero in about 3 minutes, 50 seconds by hitting that vicious backbreaker from the second rope that we've seen, that we saw from him last week, in which he used to take out Greg Gage permanently, I guess, from CZCW. Miguel Rivera cuts promo on Al Coleman, saying, Al, you've been a thorn on my side for a little while. I thought if I knocked you out once, you'd come back. Maybe. If I knocked you out twice, you'd surely stay down. But no, you had to come back for a third time. And you know what the old saying always is? Third strike. You're out. We get into a nice little match here between Simon Waves and El Jaguar. As in about 10 minutes, Simon Waves picks up the victory against El Jaguar by pinfall with the big one, hits that amazing crossbody off the top rope. And Simon grabs a mic and he says, it's kind of weird coming into work this month, going to the locker room, and really seeing a place that was once full of life, full of color, be brought down to this. And he's kind of looking at the arena, which is still that, like, strange, distorted look. Nobody, like, whatever the fuck is going on with the Air Attack Weasel. And Simon says, Greg's gone, Donnie hasn't been seen since he decided to go home. Quite frankly, I think Donnie may have just quit on us all. And this would be the point where a normal man would give up. Say, well, didn't work out. Maybe I go somewhere else. Maybe I go, I don't know, maybe I go to Seattle. There's probably wrestling there, right? But no, not me. I've made my name here in this company because this was the place I was trained. This is the place I grew up. This company means a lot more to me than just a place where I do my job and I can win that title at some point, hopefully. This to me is about enjoying my passion. And sure, I get paid to do it, but at the end of the day, it's my passion. I love this business. I love doing this. I love going out in front of you guys, hitting the big one like I did there, hearing you guys roar, just like the waves, I might add. Hey. And I love facing guys like that, like El Jaguar. I love that I can go out there and have a great match with a guy who I respect, and win or lose, I can go home and say I'm happy that I put in the work, that I tried. And you know what? I'm going to try to save Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling. I know save might be a bit of a strange term to use, but look at this place. Look at how run down it's become. Look at the colors. It's been 4 months of this maniac, and already I think this company's already unidentifiable compared to what it was in December. These 4 months have been some of the longest, most painful of my life. And it's not even match-wise, realistically. I've seemed to have slipped under this weasel's radar. But I've seen my friends go through hell. I've seen my friends be lost to this guy who seems to think now that just because he seems to have... Did he kidnap the guru? Did he murder the guru? Who knows necessarily? Will we ever see the guru again? I don't know. But I'm going to try to save Coastal Zone. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I'm going to guess it's a lot like how I do everything else. I'm going to try. So Simon Waves makes his intentions very clear. He says, where the normal man would give up, he's going to push harder. We have a DVD segment backstage in which Johnny Perez is making his way to the ring. Yeah, we're going to have that big handicap match that we talked about, kind of. We hinted at last month. And, of course, it's not going to happen. It's the American Flash and Matt Sparrow just lay him out. Just destroy him. They throw him into a wall. Sparrow hits him over the head with, like, I don't know, maybe a chair. And they walk away and they walk down to the ring. And an angle that I don't really have in here, but I assume that's going to be a mix of both of these angles. So I should have put him in, realistically. My fault. The Air Attack Weasel comes out and he says, all right, fine, boys. You want to do your own little shindig here. You don't want to put on the show that I tell you to put on. That's all right. But I will get you guys to put on some kind of show. So you guys are going to face these two men. And Going Coastal come out in a 52D+. Going Coastal do indeed defeat Flash Sparrow when California Love Machine defeats American Flash by pinfall with a Coast Liner. So, Flash Sparrow, they're in a really weird spot. They seem to do so well up until the point where they actually face... They seem to do so well up until a point where, they don't have the numbers advantage. And I think it's time to be totally honest. I don't know if these two are that cut out for tag team wrestling. Should they go their separate ways? No, I don't think so. But they're just kind of in a really shitty spot, to be honest. They tried to cheat. and they just weren't able to, I guess, with this match. It's just really a weird thing to see. Flash Sparrow had so much momentum really coming into this with them fucking over Johnny Perez and the Super Ninja every other week. And it's just gone like that almost. But we do get some confirmation that at Welcome to the Coastal Zone we will be getting that handicap match that was mentioned earlier. Johnny Perez is going to get the chance to put it all on the line. This man said he would go through hell and back, and be very well may. So he's going to be in a handicap match taking on Flash Sparrow. As with a 58 C-, we go back to the strange car out in the desert. And Donnie tries to, basically, we're exactly where we were. And Donnie tries to get out of the car. And Kerr kind of holds his hand out. And the door handle melts. And he says, Donnie, we need to speak. And Donnie's like, yo, man, look, all right, I know you're some kind of like weird ass, like pyromancer motherfucker. I don't know what your deal is, man. I don't want any trouble, all right? I'm just trying to figure out where I am. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with me right now. And this thing, Kerr, whatever, says, Donnie, I've come to give you a warning. I have seen the other side. I have seen what happens. I've seen what he can do. It has already begun. I have seen his abilities. I have seen the way he lays waste to man after monster after creature. I have seen the way that he operates. And you must be the one to stop him. And Donnie's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you high? Do you need help? You need me to like bring you to some kind of rehab? And like Kerr or whatever just kind of snaps and he's like, silence! Donnie J, you are the one that the primordial serpent spoke of. You are the one that the dragon spoke of. Donnie's like, yo, man, look, alright, I'm just like a wrestler, dude. I just kind of wrestle a whole bunch, okay? Kerr says, you do. But very soon, that may change. And you mustn't let it. You must see what he is doing before even he knows and sees what he is doing. And Kerr kind of grabs the side of Donnie's face and looks him in the eyes. And we get this really cool shot, I guess, where we're looking from Donnie's perspective and we just see that, you know, the whole like eyes the window of the soul thing. We look inside, kind of Kerr, and it's pure flame. And he says, you are the chosen one now. You will change the shape of this upcoming battle. Go forth from whence thou came, Donnie J. Reascend and reclaim your throne. And if you shall fail, may God have mercy on you all. And just like that, bam, Kerr's gone. And Donnie's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What was in that sandwich? That's Am I high? And so possibly high, Donnie J sits there for a minute and thinks about what Kerr said. And he turns around and he starts driving back from where he came. Donnie J starts driving back towards the coastal zone. We kind of break up this kind of weird, serious little bit with some Super Ninja hospital adventures. We have Super Ninja, he's in the hospital, and some nurse is trying to give him a needle, and the Super Ninja's not having it. He's like, nah, man, that's a scary-ass needle. It's a really comedically big needle. He's like, I don't even know what's in that needle. And she tries to stick him with it, and he keeps, like, ninjing away from her. He's like, whoa! And he, like, blocks it out of her hand, and he's like, whoa! I'm a generic ninja. And then he tries to climb out the door, and he starts, like, climbing on the walls, like Spider-Man style. Until eventually he comes out to a point where there's this, like, really big, like, bodyguard type dude, and he's trying to square him off, and he's trying to fight him, and he starts fighting him. The big guy swings at the ninja, and the ninja dodges out of the way and starts to work down on the big man. And he gets him down, and he continues to work away, avoiding blow after blow after blow, gets him to one knee, and cracks him over the skull with a single chop, and the man collapses. And the Super Ninja continues to run through the hospital for literally no apparent reason. The whole thing is just kind of a confusing, convoluted mess. He slides through different areas. At one point, he somehow gets a baby and gets confused and, like, I don't know, what's something you can do with a baby? He throws it out a window, and a kind of confusing scene. And then he tries to escape the hospital. You can tell I thought this out super well. Basically, it's just some kind of comedy-ass angle with Super Ninja in the hospital. Okay? Don't look at me, okay? I'm not even that funny to start with, okay? So don't expect me to write good comedy. We have Carlos Barrera. He defeats Chet Chavez about 4 minutes, 10 seconds by pinfall to Curb Your Enthusiasm. We have Al Coleman making his way to the ring for the main event of the evening. In a 48D+, it ends as it always does with Miguel Rivera defeating Al Coleman about 16 minutes, 33 seconds by pinfall with a handful of tights. So again, Al Coleman has got a shot at Miguel. And again, Miguel has cheated to get out of it. You know, eventually you think that we would do something to stop him from cheating. And I think we very well might. So yeah, I have to just quickly praise a couple of dudes here on this roster. And yeah, that should be about it for the episode. Oh god, I got something in my throat. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are kind of excited for the next episode. It was a little bit of a longer episode this time, I won't lie. Some of the promos towards the middle, too. Especially the kind of Kerr one there. I think they went a little too long, but I think they came out all right. I hope you guys kind of got the idea behind it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Silly Talk. Signing out.